Hello, I am recording the video and today's topic is SQL. Structure Query Language, abbreviated as SQL, is a domain-specific language used in programming and design for managing data held in a relational database management system or for stream processing in a relational data stream management system. It is particularly useful in handling structured data, that is, data incorporating relations among entities and variables. SQL offers two main advantages over older read and write APIs such as ISAM or VSAM. Firstly, it introduced the concept of accessing many records with one single command. Secondly, it eliminates the need to specify how to reach a record, for example, with or without an index. Originally based upon relational algebra and tuple relational calculus, SQL consists of many types of statements which may be informally classed as sublanguages. Commonly a data type language DQL, a data definition language DDL, a data control language DCL, and a data manipulation language DML. The scope of SQL includes data query, data manipulation, insert, update and delete, data definition, schema creation and modification, and data access control. Although SQL is essentially a declarative language, it also includes procedural elements. SQL was one of the first commercial languages to use Edgar F. Coates' relational model. The model was described in his influential 1970 paper, A Relational Model of Data for Large Shared Data Banks. Despite not entirely adhering to the relational model as described by Code, it became the most widely used database language. SQL became a standard of the American National Standards Institute in 1986 and of the International Organization for Standardization ISO in 1987. Since then, the standard has been revised to include a larger set of features. Despite the existence of standards, most SQL code require at least some changes before being ported to different database systems. History: SQL was initially developed at IBM by Donald and Raymond after the learning about the relational model from Edgar F. Code in the early 1970s. This version, initially called SQL, was designed to manipulate and retrieve data stored in IBM's original database management system. System R, which a group at IBM St. Joe's Research Laboratory had developed during the 1970s. Chamberlain and Boyce's first attempt at the relational database language was Square, specifying query in a relational environment, but it was difficult to use due to subscript and the superscript notation. After moving to the St. Joe's Research Laboratory in 1973, they began work on a sequel to Square. The original name SQL, which is widely regarded as a pun on QL, the query language of Ingress, was later changed to SQL because SQL was a trademark of the UK-based Hawker Siddeley Dynamics Engineering Limited company. The label SQL later became the acronomy or structured query language. After testing SQL at customer test site to determine the usefulness and practically of the system, IBM began developing commercial products based on their System R prototype, including System/38, SQL/DS, and IBM DB2, which were commercially available in 1979, 1981, and 1983 respectively. In the late 1970s, the relational software Oracle Corporation saw the potential of the concept described by the code Campbell and Boyce and developed their own SQL-based RDBMS with aspiration of selling it to the US Navy, Central Intelligence Agency, and other US government agencies. In June 1979, a relational software introduced one of the first commercially available implementation of SQL Oracle V2 for VAX computers. By 1986, ANSI and ISO standards group officially adopted the standard database language SQL. New versions of the standard were published in 1989, 1992, 1996, 1999, 2003, 2006, 2008, 2011, and most recently 2016. Syntax. The SQL language is subdivided into several languages elements, including first clause, which are constituent component of statement and query. In some cases, these are optional. Second, expressions, which can produce either scalar values or tables consisting of column and row of data. Third, predicates, which specify a condition that can be evaluated to SQL 3-value logic, 3VL, true, false, unknown, or Boolean truth values, and are used to limit the effect of statement and queries or to change program flow. Fourth, queries, which retrieve the data based on the specific criteria. This is an important statement of SQL. Statements, which may have a persistent effect on schemata and data, or may control transactions, program flow, connection, sessions, or diagnostics. SQL statement also include the semicolon statement terminator. Though not required on every platform, it defined as a standard part of the SQL grammar. Insignificant white space is generally ignored in SQL statement and queries, making it easier to format SQL code for readability. Thank you.